All right, so let's discuss, in essence, Google's media stream provided by artists and oneself. So, YouTube, I primarily stick with YouTube. I've done YouTube music, but what they're doing is defining clear paths of organization between departments. So, with the post section, which is fairly new, there is a delay, which is a classic move. So what you would do is, like, if you need to input information, you would do the RSS stream, which is an immediate notification or however they do it in that service. And then you would check the link right away, copy the information, and then check it again a few days later, depending on service, and then check the changes so you know what information is important. Now, the only reason why it's like that is because they don't have the amount of servers to handle in comparison to the video service. So they're doing this collaboration of change between markets and stuff. So until the service is large enough that they have their own servers. So, but I understand that, but recently they changed their access to trending music, trending things, to just live streams. All right. Now, what they're trying to do in the YouTube service is very simple: is provide a conglomerate organizational structure um, of uh, you need to find the new music by going through mixes. So not just mixes, but personal suggested music playlist, and then you choose from there. So they're trying to organize their network structure again, which is fine, and then provide. It's just a subtle handshake to the community. Now I found my cheats and my music just cut out, so I have no digital service. So AT&T, I got to catch up on that. So I'm offline for a little bit. Let me reorganize. So to find your new music, you would then say they're trying to reinstill following again. So, and then if you want the suggestions, you have to use their other service, YouTube Music, and then you translate it back. Now, while they do work together, they are different departments in their company. So, um, and they're trying to reduce server load so they can increase the resources to the post section so they can start organizing it. Now, that's a new idea, new structure, and they're not trying to take from other communities such as huge websites, Reddit, what have you. They're just trying to organize their system a lot better so they can reduce um, the output of cost. So that way they can reduce ads and all that stuff. So, and then help those creators that are using their services in new, innovative ways. Um, what else do I want to instill? All right, 3-point conversion, X, Y, Z, and then you define that point. All right. So I have a video. Oh God, it's probably in the December 1 of 24 at Joshua Sisk. It's one of those. But I explain, like, what I do is I don't use items or ideas that are personal to me. I use people, but they're personal to me too because I have a perception that I laid on top of that. But by doing that, I also allow a trust system where they can do what they want, and then I'll have to connect the pieces. It's like getting those subscribers. I chose that person because they create decent content. Now, just like myself, I have to acknowledge that some of it is fluff because they know that they will be forgotten if they're not producing material, but some of the materials just regurgitated same stuff. So um, we'll get there. We'll get there as a huge conglomerate group of artists. So um, I got to figure out, I think it's going to, I haven't decided what, I have two different programs that I want to do. It's an exercise program, but for the body transformation, I need to do it on Pornhub because I want to show what happens to my body as I progress physically. Now, it's not just the muscle pump, it's not just that, it's the tightening of the skin. It's if you're reducing caloric intake, it's the reduction of visual signs. Your skin starts healing, your teeth start becoming more white. And then I'll also try to provide as much transparency as possible. Like when I start doing teeth whitener and different things, I'll discuss the products and stuff on that as well. The art program, I think, needs to be on YouTube, and I think I need to do a different station. Now, with that, I wanted to accompany it with the DVD, but that's going into computer science, and I keep micromanaging my projects, so there's a little hiccup there. But the basic goal is like what I would do, and it's called DVD authoring, is what it is. So, anyways, the you can put a timed menu on there, so it would play for 5 seconds and then skip to the next one. The problem is manually programming that, and I haven't decided which. Now I could go through an AI and they could do with Python, and then program it for me, so that way all I have to do is input the images and it'll program everything. But I wanted to do it one time with manually, so I understand the different code sets that the DVD player actually reads. So now I know I'm not doing the machine language, but I'm close enough to where I understand what process at what number, because each VOB video, I don't know what it's called, but VOB houses. Um, oh God, what is? I got the numbers mixed up. I think it's VOB. It may be something else, but whatever it is 255 menu screens is what it can handle. So you have these subsections, and then you've got to tie it's menus. That's what it is. So the VOB can house each menu can have 255 different assets. I think. I don't know. I'll have to. It's translating it. I don't have it. I have it visually in my mind. I just don't have the wording yet. But each subsection of the menu, you have 255, and each menu can have buttons on it. I'm trying not to, we're building from the ground up on this. So it's just going to have an image and a next and a back button or a switch phase. So now the structure is going to be static. So um, I'm going to have to provide different sections that could recycle the same images, but one would be like each one is 10 seconds, each one is 30 seconds, or what, and then you do the random phase and you recycle stuff. But the whole point is like I can't recycle images; they have to be original. Because an artist will continue reusing the same thing, and then they should be able to jump to a specific point. So I think that's where I'm having issues with the logic, is being able to jump to a menu. So, and I figured it out. I wrote it out, but problem is I take photos and then delete them because I'm like, what was that? I wasn't in the right part of the brain to decipher it. So, and that has to do with my memory situation with Alzheimer's running in my family. But based on one of the videos I found that was suggested, AI has already solved Alzheimer's. They just create cancer, which makes no sense unless it's CER for my cans. So, but you're like, no, you can't joke about that. I'm not joking about that. I'm trying to decipher uh, larger structures, paragraphs that I've written, and how they correlate to each other, because it goes back to the original start of this video. Um, some of these websites disappear or they change. You can't find them anymore. So I know it was important information that I need that would condense and connect new ideas in my verbal communication structure that YouTube definitely has at this point. So, and I also know how to talk a certain way to force an AI algorithm, um, which shows what I'm doing in my day to day to my people that know me. It'll show up as an error, just like those. uh, those changes you made to the post that are delayed. Um, and they don't know what it is yet, but if they have access to my other purchasing networks and outputs that aren't publicly accessible, then they'll understand where the reason why I did what I did. So, and again, AI is real at this point, but it's all just instructional information. And then what happens is after you use it too many times, they address the situation and you can't use that anymore. So it's a one and done type deal with the professionals. So, um, Amazon's another huge one. AT&T has they have my original delusional structure of communication. It was more of an idea based, but they have the audio recordings, what they thought was a hilarious joke, and I made sure to make it such a way that they would, for the not best employees, copy the audio and then keep it on their phone as a back channel. So I was doing that on purpose. So that way I have as many storage possibilities as possible, but it's all in creation, this decentralized server system, which is already done in my mind. And I just don't know who the people are supposed to step in and help me with production. So, but we'll get there. 2026. I think I'm going to get my minimum order of 8 again. So we have 88 miles per hour. And then I'm going to sell them individually at like $100. Now, it doesn't have the new tropics in it. We're getting a trademark. So I have to stay under the government limit of $1,500, which is almost insane. But if I'm selling it $100, you're like, what do I get? Well, you get a package. And then I figured out I would do problem solving with you on your personal endeavors, or just have a simple conversation. So that way you can have access to my neural network, and then I'll always remember you in a certain way. Now you're paying to be in my brain. So with that being in mind, some of the conversations may not be funny. They may be real serious and whatever, but you'll have an output to a source outside of your network, communicative, and you'll understand that it's just business. So I'm going to talk to you straight. So just like I do all my people. It's like, we got to get the business done. I haven't seen you in a little bit. What information do I need? Um, and then we can go back and do our checklist, like, how's this going? How's this going? This is what I remember. This is what I was concerned with. Did you get it addressed? So um, I'm not a therapist. I'm not a licensed at anything. I have no degrees, but except for being hot. And I like hot things in my mouth, which creates a perpetual infinite loop. Like, how do I? Anyways, we won't discuss the ethical whatever. Creative entertainment information is all I'm going to say. Um, be original. Don't do something just because some person like myself or whatever, subscribe, whatever, tells you to do it. Because they're trying to push a market. They're trying to push an idea. If you believe in the idea, then yeah, go ahead and support it. Um, but try to think of features and things and how you would turn it, just in case they become huge. And then once again, like New Pop is for YouTube, they're features that you can't offer because you're in a paid service. But at the same time, you're not going to say anything. If no one brings it up, it's no big deal. Uh, it's a feature that we cannot provide because it'll hurt us in the long run, but it is needed for other creative artists. It shortcuts a longer conversation and programming structure. It just saves money across the board and reduces server loads. So God bless and be safe. You got the time. Let's do the epoch. I think I got epoch up. So there we go. Now, technically, I don't have internet, but it's a JavaScript, so it runs on my phone. So it went to a prior internet page. that it had stored, and it reloaded the information. So, um, and that's correct. So, I like websites like that. It takes the static information from the prior and it still has functionality. It's a basic service. The thing is their IPs. Now, me being offline, they don't have my IP tapping into it until I walk in and get the internet, and then this will refresh. And if I refresh it, I don't think this page has a refresh counter. So, um, but that number set is the most important financially organizational circle. This basic service. They know who does it. They know how they work. This and the information provided is factual. So it is very potent, high value website. So I love you. I'm gonna go ahead and go. Bald as fuck. I need to get my hair cut because it starts when I sleep. So, anyways, I'm never gonna go completely bald. I think if I do lose the top and don't do the laser or whatever to get the regrowth, I'm just gonna keep it really short on the side because I don't just want a beard. So, anyways, I'm growing long hair on my back. I think I'm going to enter the sideshow circuit and grow a ponytail from my low back where I had an accident. My body's doing some weird things. It's all right. It's all right. God bless. Love you.